Another admission from Rian Johnson? This is like the second one in a month. Hello everyone, I am Random42, the one, the only, the original, your favorite YouTube harpy. Well, what's he talking about here? Let's go and talk about Rian Johnson. He really wishes he could have test screened The Last Jedi. Because with a movie with a budget and as important as The Last Jedi, you want to just go with your first draft, don't you? You want to just go with untested, unproven, whatever the crap. I mean, it did lead into this, though.
You can't stop me.
Yeah, I can't stop you. In Knives Out home release special features, Rian Johnson revealed he wished he could have screened Star Wars The Last Jedi for a test audience. That's not something you want to be admitting. We already had word that this was written, pretty much it was his first draft. They didn't go with anything else. They went with his first draft and no test screening. So probably the first edit as well. That is why it was such a disjointed, fractured, broken mess. It started all of us talking about all this stuff. And even though people like me, we were talking about Star Trek and all of this stuff, I didn't even jump into this until after The Last Jedi, and even after Solo, to be honest, because I was still doing gaming back then. But because of how much Star Trek and Star Wars and all of these properties just broke fandoms. You know, yeah, fans always had nitpicks with things. Never until we got to The Last Jedi and Star Trek Discovery.
I like science.
We're not talking about you yet, Spock. That we started having these massive divisions and separations and these things that were just bringing us so distanced. It wasn't just a normal, who's your favorite character in Star Wars or which movie do you like best. It was, I cannot stand this movie, and you were getting called every name under the sun if you didn't like it. Same thing with Star Trek Discovery.
I like science.
Spock. Not cool.
This is so fucking cool.
It is fucking cool.
So sorry.
Not cool. Like I said, not cool. This is just one more thing that they should have known. They should have realized that, you know, Force Awakens didn't get the best feedback. It got pretty slammed, considering that's where the member berries thing came from. Yeah, that is where South Park went in and created the meme that member berries are, where it's just a bunch of nostalgia dollars. That's all it is. We are extorting your nostalgia dollars from you by saying, hey, remember all of these characters, and we rehashed so much stuff, and that's where Force Awakens failed for a lot of us, including me. It was an okay enough movie, but it was still just so much playing on our nostalgia, playing on our, hey, you remember Han Solo and Chewbacca and the Millennium Falcon, right?
Remember Chewbacca again? Oh, I love to remember Chewbacca.
And I do love to remember Chewbacca. And I love to remember Yoda. That's probably why I liked stupid Last Jedi more than the stupid Rise of Skywalker. Just a touch. I guess I hated it less, as the better way to put it. Well, Porgs and Yoda. And I like the cute things. You guys know I like the cute things. Having a Porg right there on the microphone. I like the cute things. And I know that they're not for everybody, and a lot of people probably are like, unsubscribe. But if you do like the content, like, subscribe, share, every sub gets a jiggle. Anyway, onto the Screen Rant article. Ahead of its release, director Rian Johnson really wished he could have test screened Star Wars The Last Jedi, released in 2017. The Last Jedi was Johnson's first foray into the galaxy far, far away. While it was met with positive critical reviews, yeah, because they like kissing his butt for some reason. I don't know why. I don't see what's so great about him. Really, I don't. He comes off as a bit of a troll to me, but hey, maybe I'm not the best judge of a character. The fan response was decidedly more mixed, making The Last Jedi one of the most polarizing Star Wars films. This is largely due to Johnson's story decisions, which some thought as originals and others saw an insult to the world George Lucas created. Regardless of the fan backlash, Johnson has mainly spoken positively about his experience working on the film, except when he interacts with people online and he calls us all a bunch of man babies. Remember, he was the main one who did that. He's the one who started it, calling us a bunch of man babies, even though he's probably the biggest one himself. And why are they protecting him again? Why are they kissing his butt? What's so great about him? What is so great about Rian Johnson that all of these article writers have to go in and stop already? He's not that great. I mean, Knives Out was all right. It wasn't that bad of a movie. I can admit that. And I did not want to go in and like it. And, I'll link my review up here if I can find it. It's not that great of a movie either. And the fact that I was entertained and I laughed at some of the stuff, it could have been just natural enhancements and my mood at the time, or it might have actually been pretty funny and interesting. It didn't bore me. It didn't insult my intelligence. It didn't piss me off. It wasn't just a bunch of CGI spectacle with no substance. It felt like real people talking and interacting the way real characters might. And that was what was interesting about it. And even Ugly Bond had a decent enough part. I did not want to like it, and that's why I begrudgingly gave Knives Out a semi-positive review, but I'm not going to protect Rian Johnson. And it certainly wasn't because I felt bad for him that people didn't like The Last Jedi. Because, he kind of deserved a lot of what he got by going on the attack and the offensive and being like, oh, you're a bunch of man babies. Don't engage with the audience if you're, a $1 million director, A-list movie star director, person, guy.
I just see people. And I just play people.
Not you, Brie. This has nothing to do with you. Now that'll be the next one. Rian Johnson directs Brie Larson as Ahsoka Tano in Star Wars The High Republic.
Smoke weed every day.
Fan response was decidedly more mixed, making The Last Jedi the most polarizing. No. It broke the fandom. It broke all of it. This is largely due to Johnson's story decisions, which some thought as original and others saw as an insult to the world George Lucas created. Like the character choices like Luke chucking his saber over his shoulder, stuff like that. Making it so he considered murdering his nephew in his sleep. Stuff Luke Skywalker would never have done. Regardless of fan backlash, Johnson's mainly spoken positively. Yeah. So at least he's admitting that, maybe I should have test screened it. And the article continues into saying how he realized how he could have set scenes up a little bit better. Do better. If you work with Star Wars, treat it as a diamond property. Same thing with Star Trek. Same thing with all of these. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. I am MechaRandom42. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!